Okay, everyone keeps blaming Invincibles animation, but honestly, I don't think that's the real problem anymore. And it's not just the fact that people expect the animation to be on the same level as some of the biggest anime's levels, because for what Invincible is, we should actually be pretty happy with what we have gotten so far. Invincible has a completely different pipeline. It has a completely different production system and completely different priorities, and it's run very similar to like a live action show like The Boys, not so much as like an anime. And before I get into my defense, I want to point out some things, so walk with me here. We do actually get some scenes that are just blatantly messed up, which I thought were a bit more funny than irritating. Yes, we get a very cool impact scene, and the planet explosions were phenomenal, along with some amazing animation. But on the other end of that, we also have things like a Viltrumite that just randomly disappears in a scene, or Mark randomly turning into Paul for a split second for no reason. Like, they have to be trolling, right? Like, how do you mess that up and randomly draw the wrong character on accident? Like, it doesn't make much sense to me, and I'm sure you agree. And I mean, for example, look at the comics. The Invincible comics, they're insanely detailed, so when I hear someone use the argument of why isn't it more like the comics, it just doesn't work. Like, imagine this: we get designs like the comics and anime level animation, but we only get one season every 2 to 3 years. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very good on that. And the 4-month break in season 2 was more than enough for me. Like, just keep the show coming. I don't want to be 35 by the time it's done coming out. And yes, we have been dealing with the slideshow PNG issues for multiple seasons now, and yes, that complaint is very valid, but fans act like the show has zero good animation moments, which just isn't true. I mean, look at Conquest. Anytime he's on screen, he literally has the power to 10x the budget. And do I wish we had this level of animation all the time? Yes, I'm with you guys on that, but that doesn't change the fact that the show very much does what it needs to do to just be good enough. And the real issues with this show come down to 3 things: budget, scheduling, and creative direction. And they wanted a yearly release, which I'm all here for. So it puts the team they have on a very tight schedule where these people are working constantly and doing the best they can with what they have, but they run these people dry instead of just hiring more people, or say bringing in a second studio to come behind the original team and just polish all the scenes. So like, as the main animators are animating, the other team comes in behind them and animates alongside them. That alone, I feel like, would fix most of the show's problems. And the craziest part is they have already done this for like preseason teasers with the Invincible and Alan one. And I already know you're thinking it, but no, it's not because they pay voice actors a lot of money. It's not because of the voice acting cast. Amazon as a company has literally infinite money. So this brings me to an even bigger question. Why are they not putting more money into one of the biggest shows on their platform? This is the question we should be asking them, because that's who we should be blaming or calling out for the show lacking animation or budget or all these different things, because they have a small team and are already keeping up, and I would say doing a pretty amazing job with the resources they have right now. But yeah, I think the fan base is placing their blame on the wrong people entirely, when multiple different things are going on that cause the animation to not be major anime level with the way it's being ran. And I'm gonna say, the level of animation is simply impossible to accomplish unless there are some pretty big production changes, not just increase the budget either. Because do I want any of the actors to be recast or cut off? No, the show wouldn't be as good. So keep the voice actors, give them more money, do something. We need to figure out how to make this show better, because yes, Invincible's animation can absolutely improve, but acting like the entire show is just bad because every frame isn't anime level is missing the point entirely. And people fell in love with Invincible because of its characters, its emotional writing, and its storytelling, not because every frame had some insane level animation quality. And last but not least, Western animation still hasn't fully built the same infrastructure, so it will be a long while before we ever even get that level.